Welcome to Dead Good Book Reviews. I'm Judith, and today I'm joined by a very special guest. It's my wife Katie. Say hello to all of our loyal fans out there.
Hello to all of our loyal fans out there.
I don't know what people would want to know about you. We've been together for what, 6 years? Married for almost 3?
Yes.
You're saying that because you don't have the brain to do the maths.
What year is it?
It is 2020, unfortunately. I know. It's just that terrible having been married to me for that long. We've reached the point of lockdown where I'm exploiting my loved ones for views. There will hopefully be footage of my dog, family dog, in yesterday's vlog even.
Socially distanced.
Yeah, we're going to social distance with everyone but the dog.
Yeah, the dog doesn't understand.
understand.
The dog doesn't understand who she is.
So it's fine. Anyway, I'm exploiting you for views, and you've decided to come on because I'm persuading you to play a game because I couldn't play it by myself. Or I could, but it would be very odd. So we're going to play a game that I'm calling A Blank of Blank and Blank because I couldn't think of a more creative name.
Blankety blankety blank.
So what we've done is we filled 3 fun mugs, all with random words on them that we came up with yesterday, and we're going to pull one out of each mug. This one, the Delightful Penguin, has ones that I've done that are the start of book titles, so I'll just display over Katie's face a number of quintessential YA titles that follow this format. And then in the Wine Mum mug we have one set of words, and in the Campervan mug, because we ran out of fun mugs that were clean, we have another 10 words that are very exciting. And basically we're going to pull one out of each mug, and then you have 30 seconds to think, and then after 30 seconds you have to explain the plot to the book in as much or as little detail as you think you need to, and then after we've both gone we'll decide who won based on probably arbitrary factors, which book you would buy, I guess, maybe, or which...
So we want the book to be quality, like we don't want to come up with a book that is realistic to less good X of Y and Z's.
Yeah, we're not trying to copy what already exists.
Yeah, we're not trying to make a realistic copy of Court of Thorns and Roses.
No, I want to create a book that will
You want to actually read.
The AI I want to actually read, and that a news article would happen about, like, you won't believe this new book that has bees and doorknobs or something.
Bees and doorknobs.
Yeah.
Well, you've just given me 2 you put in.
I don't think I put doorknobs in.
But you did put bees in.
Well, you'll find out. Also, I'm really sorry for how much we're going to be swivelling on these chairs in this video. Neither of us has any self-control. We're both fidgets. This is just like a fidget spinner, but for offices. The real fidget spinner was the chairs we made along the way. Pick your first word.
Does it have to be in this order?
I'd say no.
Good.
Right, what do you have? Yeah. Or do you want to reveal after the 30 seconds?
I think you're going to get an interesting response about having the full title in one go.
Okay.
So.
And go. 30 seconds is a long time. Stop. Pronounce it.
This is The Ballad of Zips and Raisins.
Okay, I'm available, yeah.
In The Ballad of Zips and Raisins, it's about a girl from... It's like a modern YA thing, but
YA
there's like
contemporary.
YA contemporary. And it's a girl from England who goes on a course, like an exchange to France.
Right.
And accidentally ends up in a vineyard,
Right.
where she's not expecting to be.
Oh.
It's a very rainy vineyard.
Uh-huh.
Which is not ever expanded upon, but don't worry about that, because she falls in love with the person responsible for drying out the grapes.
Right. So it's a vineyard where they make wine, but they're drying out the grapes.
Well, yeah, she doesn't get involved with the wine part because of classism.
Yeah.
You know, it's like cliques. It's like you've got the wine clique. Like, oh yes, we make the wine. We're very important, and they're the raisin makers. You don't want to get involved with the raisin maker. Where do the zips come in? Is what you're wondering.
I mean, that was one of the questions I had, but I'll save my questions for the end of the presentation.
So where do the zips come in? Well, because it's very rainy.
Okay.
They all have to wear anoraks.
Right.
Which have got zips on them.
I see.
And there's a very romantic moment where she and the raisin maker.
What's the raisin maker's name?
Jean-Marie.
Okay, great.
They're non-binary.
Great.
And yeah, so there's a bit where they're like, oh no, your zip is caught, let me do the zip. And then they kiss under the raisin shower.
There's a shower of raisins?
Yes, so it's raining outside and then the raisins fall from above.
Why are the raisins falling from above?
Because there's a mischievous dog.
Okay.
Who is trying to ship them, because the dog's actually a demon.
So there's a fantasy element to this as well?
Yes, because otherwise you won't buy it.
I've read some contemporary. My biggest critique of this is that I don't know, and maybe that's what the book will tell me, and that would be part of the research in writing this book, is if I were a vineyard, a winemaker, I don't think I would be turning my grapes into raisins. I think I would be like a separate raisin maker. I don't think they happen under one roof. But I'm willing to discover it through the book Ballad of
Zips and Raisins. Have you got your things?
Yes, I do.
I start the timer now. Stop thinking. No more thinking.
No more thinking. Okay, so I'm here to pitch to you, literary agent extraordinaire, or editor of whatever organisation. I'm here to pitch my new book to you. It's The Song of Bees and Planters. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds a little bit odd, but really I think you need to wait and see what I'm going to pitch to you, which I'm going to pitch right now, and I'm not stalling for time in any way, shape or form. So, there's a young bee, let's call him Barry. And he... Stop it! Let me recite the plot to the Bee Movie to you. Okay, no. So genuinely, so you know how bees communicate through dance?
Yes.
Well-established fact. So...
Like the fact that they can't fly.
Bees communicate through dance, which begs the question, to what music do the bees dance? Now, there has to be a bee bard. And this is the tale of that one bee bard. He cannot dance, nor can he fly. His name is Joseph. Let me keep going. And the planters element is that Joseph is a great bee bard bee, but tragedy strikes the hive and there are not enough plants for the bees to pollinate because the world is dying because of, I nearly said capitalism, and I'm not wrong, but I mean climate change. And the bees, whatever his name was, Joseph the bee bard, plays a song so beautiful that a magic planter, as in like a gardener, that's where it comes from.
Oh, not like a planter.
Well, what did you mean by planter? Because you wrote that one.
Like a planter that you put plants in and plants happen.
So a magical gardener working on a
planter. Oh, a planter
planter
uses planters.
Yeah.
I see. I understand agriculture now.
The gardener goes to the planter and hears the bee's beautiful song. It's a song of bees, and it's like, I love this bee so much, and if there's anything the Bee Movie taught us, it's that people can be in love with a bee and that's okay and fine. And plants the planter full of plants for bees, and they live happily ever after. And it's a retelling of The Princess and the Frog, but it's the planter and the bee.
The planter and the bee.
But except it's not. It's
Which is
a song of bees and planters.
So your planter and the bee is a retelling of The Princess and the Frog,
yeah.
Which but is also a retelling of the Bee Movie, which is in a way a retelling of The Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, it's a cultural milieu.
My issue is that I don't think I can relate to the main character very well because they're not a bland teenager.
Okay, if this whole thing is just going to be you being savage about YA, then we're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
I think I'm willing to concede this round to you, madam. Your book gets published. Yeah. It was the romantic zip moment that really got me.
Oh no, your zip is caught. Let me do the zip.
Your turn again. Ready? Go.
Oh, I've got this already.
Do you want to stop after 4 seconds?
Yeah, 4 seconds. Okay, in a land of gears and narwhals.
Right.
The steampunk... Well, it's not steampunk, because steampunk's overdone. It's diesel punk.
Right.
Which is like steampunk, but there's steam.
You heard it here, folks. Steampunk is overdone.
So there is a tyrannical ruling class of diesel-powered narwhals, which roam the streets. They're like the guards. They're like everything. It's like, oh no, the narwhals are coming. And it's unclear as to whether other people are piloting the narwhals or whether the narwhals are actually like magical creatures. So that's like part of the plot and the intrigue. And anyway, the underclass, because you've got the upper class, which is the robot narwhals that aren't robots because we haven't invented electricity yet. Yep. The underclass is split into how many categories is called? 4.
Okay, if this whole thing is just going to be you being savage about YA.
4 categories. You've got the octopuses who do things.
I should have said time limit on explanations.
Yeah, you've got the sea anemones that are like bodyguards. You've got the minnows that do like into small spaces to get the coal to put in the diesel machine.
Yeah.
But it's rejected all the time because they use diesel, not coal.
Yeah.
And then you've got the other ocean wildlife that is never very well named, which is basically the Hufflepuffs.
Okay.
Because the author, like me, couldn't think of a fourth category very quickly.
Okay.
They have to rise up against the narwhals, or like survive under the narwhals and work out what's going on, because one of them's the chosen one.
Okay, and that was Land of
A Land of Gears and Narwhals. It's
Got
also Australia. You have no questions about A Land of Gears and Narwhals?
No, I think it was fairly self-explanatory.
I'm going to start now.
It's gone over 30 seconds while you were judging the bookshelves. This is actually book 3 in the series, but the first 2 books don't exist yet. They're going to be prequels.
It's like Star Wars.
Yes, in a lot of ways, but in also a lot of very real ways, no. I present to you, Madam Literary Agent, a beast of sponge and vegetables. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm deeply confused by this title. But don't be. Don't you fret, my dear. I've got you in safe hands. Safe hands. A Beast of Sponge and Vegetables, much like many of the other books I've pitched to you today, is a retelling. And it is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, but I'll tell you for why. No, it's fine, because we're creative. We've done what every retelling almost always does, and we go, well, here's a piece of the retelling, and I'm going to just do the opposite of that. So instead of Beauty and the Beast, this is effectively Beast and the Beauty. So in this scenario, Beauty is the person trapped in the castle, and the Beast turns up and is like, hey, and then she's like, you stay with me forever, and the Beast is like, I don't know about that, and then at the end, Beauty turns into a beast, and I've just realised this is the part of Shrek. But it's okay. So the reason there are sponges and vegetables is because the majority of what the Beast is doing while in the castle...
What are you doing in my sponge?
No, but it's mostly washing up because Beauty produces a lot of crockery, and
which is not sentient because it's an inverse.
It's nonsense. It's the opposite of that. Everything is sentient apart from the furniture.
So the vegetables
and the walls, and the vegetables are sentient, and that's really part of the kind of emotional grit of the story. Is the Beast is actually vegan, but it's really complicated for the Beast because the Beast wants to eat the vegetables, but the vegetables are sentient now, so like that's the moral quandary. But it ends on a cliffhanger, but that cliffhanger is solved in the prequels.
So the prequels are perhaps sequels that are flashbacks.
Yes, because I'm very creative.
I like this, it's innovative, it's messing with linear time.
Yeah.
I think my query again, and I'm going to say, I'm not going to recycle, I don't relate to the Beast. Because I relate to Shrek a lot.
Yeah, I think we all do.
I think I relate to Fiona more.
I can see that for you.
Why is she stuck in the castle?
Stubbornness, and she also forgot to build stairs.
I see. So she's like an anti-Dalek.
Yes.
She can only travel downstairs.
Yeah. So who wins, the narwhals or the vegan Beast?
I think the narwhals, like that, it could be any other book really.
Yeah.
I think the vegan Beast. There's a moral quandary there.
Victory is mine.
Come on, one that's not mine. I just really don't want a certain one of mine.
Oh no, what have you put in?
I think this is a news story.
Okay, go. Done.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the title and you're going to understand immediately why this could relate to certain news stories of the past decade. A Curse of Cake and Gaze.
Oh yeah.
So as you might think, we might be skirting close to certain scandals where
You can't swear on my channel.
where certain bad people chose to not make cake for people, but it's actually nothing to do with that. Because here Cake is like a superhero organisation, so it's actually Cake with like acronym.
Like the council and karate.
It's the collective association of kids who are extreme.
You're so good at this.
The curse that they have is that they are being attacked by the evil superhero kid organisation, the geese that are yellow sponges.
Oh, so the sponge comes in.
The sponge comes in.
Is it in the same universe as the Beast of Sponge and Vegetables?
No, because the vegetables aren't sentient.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, no, it's actually set. It's an AU from SpongeBob.
Oh, well, that would be difficult in terms of publishing rights, and as a literary agent, I have to think about that.
Well, his name isn't SpongeBob. It's Spongefred.
Okay, got it. That seems fine.
Yeah, he's a sponge cake.
Oh, so why wouldn't you call him Victoria?
Well, maybe that's what he's called. Yeah, I'll edit that into my novel that I have completely written.
Yeah.
So Sponge Cake is actually the mastermind of Cake and Gaze. So presents as Victoria to one, presents as Spongefoot to the other, but it's actually like in charge as a mastermind. And so the Cake and Gaze are like pitched against each other. They might be magical girl squads as well. I haven't decided. In the sequel, it could be revealed that they're actually magical girl squads.
Okay. Well, that opens us up to a TV deal as well.
Forced against each other, yes. And in the end, they discover that the curse of Cake and Gaze was actually the sponge cake.
I like it.
And they come together and eat him.
And what genre is this?
This is superhero YA.
Okay, cool. I regret putting most of mine in now. It's all of mine that are tripping me up.
I mean, you haven't stumbled across the one I'm worried about yet.
I'm deeply concerned. I said you could only put butts in once.
Yeah, I haven't put butts in, the timer's going. You've also run out of time.
So I present to you my latest book that I've come up with. I've not written it yet, but I've thought really hard about it, so I'm sending you this query letter, Agent, my dear. This is A Queen of Deodorant and Skulls. Or The Queen? I think The Queen of Deodorant and Skulls.
I see.
I think you can probably tell where this story's going.
Yes.
So, sci-fi fantasy crossover. And really I wanted to lean into an adult market. So it's also quite grimdark. So grimdark, fantasy, sci-fi, all slipped together.
Gideon the Ninth.
Very similar to Gideon the Ninth, but in a lot of ways very different from Gideon the Ninth as well. Our main character is a princess in line for the throne. She has two people above her, as in her brother and sister. And her name is Clara. And what do we know? Oh, you don't like Clara from Doctor Who. Well, that will help, because she smells really bad. So Clara smells really, really bad. And the thing is that in their society, everything is smell-based, and hierarchy is dependent on the smell. And she smells really bad, but her family don't want anyone to know because she's royal, and they're like, oh no, something's gone terribly wrong. Our system of life has been gone. We'll get ejected into the spaceport, which is a port where you go into space and die.
As opposed to an airlock.
It's not, to be creative, I've called it a spaceport. She goes to the spaceport, but she finds a spaceship, and she takes off in the spaceship, which is an AI that is also gay and playing to your needs. I don't
think how that's come across from the title.
The AI is called Skull.
I see. Much like the Cake and Gaze were actually organisations.
Yeah, it's called Skull, and she goes off in the spaceship on a quest to find something mythical, something only before spoken of in legend and hushed whispers, deodorant, that will conceal her smell and allow her to rightfully take the throne and thus bring about peace and prosperity for her people.
I see. So
and also her and the spaceship fall in love. And she realises it doesn't matter if it smells.
I feel like...
Because the spaceship doesn't have a nose.
Yet it comes from a society where everything is smell-based.
Yeah, because it's an import spaceship. It's an outsider.
I see. So they can change the culture.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a sci-fi universe where they have to discover the ancient tech left behind by prior civilizations.
No.
Good. I am intrigued.
Thank you.
I feel like you've just put in the lesbian AI spaceship to make me pick yours, but it is going to work.
2-1. And that is a real thing that authors do, and it's called tokenism, and it's very bad. Go. And we're back.
So, having failed to get my debut novel, A Curse of Cake and Gaze, published.
I'm so sorry about that, but a lot of authors get a lot of rejections.
Yeah, so I've rehashed it.
Okay.
I've redrafted it, and so now I want to present to you A Wheel of Fish and Gaze.
Did we both put gaze in?
I don't know what you're talking about. This is a legitimate novel that I have created.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So we are presented once again with the group of awesome yellow superheroes.
Yeah.
Because they
more
wear
superhero
yellow.
YA, because that's what
Yeah,
I
it's
write.
still that's what I write. And they have rival organisation, the Federation of International Superhero Hunters. So they're being hunted down.
Yeah.
And it's basically they have to like chase around the globe. Like the yellow superheroes, the gays, are being pursued by the superhero hunters, and like from airport to airport. And it's kind of a spy thriller. So there's a bit of heist element to it, kind of, oh, they're getting in. Oh no, they're on the aeroplane, but actually it was the other aeroplane. And there's technology involved, and actually the superhero element doesn't really come in that much. It's more of like a persecution of mutants type thing.
Oh, okay.
Maximum Ride style.
Oh, interesting, but with less focus on the environment.
With less focus from the environment from the fourth novel, yeah.
I see.
And yeah, they have like powers that they don't use when it would be convenient.
Okay.
In that style, because it would give them away to the fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a wheel of fish and gaze.
So my biggest query at this point is they're yellow superheroes.
Yep. It's their costume.
Oh, like, okay, it's not like they're the Simpsons.
But like the X-Men, they wear yellow.
I see, okay. Well,
and like the X-Men, they're persecuted for being mutants. But unlike the X-Men, Wolverine isn't there, and therefore it's better.
Sorry to Wolverine fans.
I'm not sorry to Wolverine fans.
Oh no. I think I'm ready to go.
Okay, go.
So I've actually come to pitch you my autobiography.
Your autobiography?
Yeah, it's...
As a twice published author now.
Well, yeah, I think I'm famous enough that I warrant one. I also have over 200 subscribers on YouTube, so please take that into consideration.
I will.
This is my autobiography, A Child of Dogs and Existential Angst.
You punked yourself, didn't you?
I did, they're both mine. So this really details, it's my life growing up and how I deal with a lot of existential angst because I'm a disaster, and but also...
Cute disaster.
Thanks. But also chronicling fun stories about dogs that I've owned over previous years, which currently amounts to 3 dogs. So we have Pino, who was an old lady dog by the time I was grown up enough to know what a dog was. And she was named after wine, but not like normal wine. She was named after extra fancy wine because my parents are pretentious. And then we had Albert, who was the dog who was obsessed with pants.
Yes, I recall the story of Albert's pants.
So my mum decided to give him a pair of pants so he would just have one, and so she wrote Albert's pants on the back of a pair of pants, but then my dad found them and thought the dog had stolen the pants, didn't look at the writing and put them back in her drawer.
If a dog wore pants, would it wear it like
on no. The and then we had Minnie, who thinks Ham is her child, so there's a lot of meat in this story, and it also would involve a lot of dogs. But also it would be about existential angst.
Right.
It's also quite gay.
That's by erasure, but sure.
It's just generally very, very queer.
Very queer. Okay. So we've got real life gays and superhero gays.
Yeah.
Who may or may not be gay.
Yeah.
But that's their organisation name. I'm not going to buy an autobiography because I don't buy biographies.
That and you do know me.
I do know you.
You already know me.
I've already had the audiobook.
Okay, I'll give it to you that just for I already had the audiobook. Alright, last one.
Oh, I'm worried.
Because we haven't pulled the
we
one.
We haven't pulled that one.
I am sorry that we've not been looking at the camera most of this whole time.
I just like talking to you. Into the camera the entire time.
Okay. And stop.
So.
Yeah.
I think this needs like sepia dark lighting edit prompt.
Thank you.
Audio sting, dark jazz.
My camera battery may be about to die. Would you prefer I change the camera battery before you told the story?
Yes. So this is a dark and harrowing retelling of a modern childhood classic, Toy Story.
Oh my.
This is a tale of Care Bears and scissors.
Oh my gosh.
Told from the perspective of the toys, caught in a feud between 2 siblings, which gets more and more harrowing as things escalate from stealing to hair pulling to pulling limbs off toys to Act 2 horrible dimension. We're taking inspiration here from the Velveteen Rabbit, we're taking inspiration from Watership Down, we're taking inspiration from other things that don't have rabbits in them but are still really sad. Will they survive? Or will they all be unstuffed?
I was with you right up until unstuffed. I would just say, will they all be stuffed? Because that's
They're already stuffed.
Yeah, but it's a pun. That was deeply horrifying.
You gave me a tale of Care Bears.
Yeah, but now
scissors.
I'm worried because these 2 left should be yours, and one of them's the one that you're concerned about. I promise we did not plan it this way. Oh no.
Start the clock. Yeah, you've had your 30 seconds now.
Okay, so I'm here to pitch you my latest novel, or novella.
Yeah,
you know,
you're
it ranks
2 times
that line.
published.
I'm very famous at this point. My autobiography, sadly, was a bit of a flop.
I think you should look into the camera as you say the name of this novel.
This is a daughter of wine and smutty Harry Potter fanfic. And really it's an ode to fanfiction. And that's why the title is kind of reminiscent of fanfiction in that it's not that great of a title. I hope you appreciate that I went to those lengths. So what I did while writing this book is I drank. It was a method. Method acting, but method writing. I drank a whole bottle of dry rosé wine, and then I got on to AO3 and I was like, I'm just going to see what tags are out there. And it was a deep dive into my soul, and I thought, well, this is clearly a book. So it's kind of like Dante's Inferno, in that you follow the journey of someone sliding through deeper and deeper layers of hell. And in this case, it's sliding through deeper and deeper layers of fan fiction. So you start with the kind of like canon fanfic, where it's just like Harry and Ginny being domestic, and, you know, Ron and Hermione are together.
That's not canon.
And all of this stuff. And then you drip into kind of like, okay, we're into like Hermione stuff, you know, we're still kind of there. And then
canon stuff, yeah.
And then you fall kind of deeper through the web.
Drarry.
Yeah, and I don't read a huge amount of Harry Potter fanfiction, I'll be honest.
Voldemort.
Let's stop there before we get... I don't even monetize my videos, but I feel like YouTube would ask for money. Put that down. And then finally you end up at Hogwarts X Giant Squid, because it's my fave. Really, at that point, there's a catharsis where, you know, all of these emotions are spurned and you go and read an actual book. But the twist is that as a reader of my book, you've just read an actual book.
Are you embedding, like, full segments of Harry Potter fanfic within your book to pad it out?
Well, while that would be very in the spirit of a lot of fanfiction, I would not be doing that. I'm going to be writing original fanfiction to fill each of the prompts.
So you're going to have to write your own Hogwarts X Giant Squid?
Yeah. Or something worse. So it's that, or... I've forgotten what yours was.
It was A Tale of Care Bears and Scissors.
I think I have to give it to Care Bears and Scissors because it was so disturbing. Oh dear.
Whereas A Daughter of Wine and Smutty Harry Potter fanfic is just, you know, a description of my undergrad years.
That's your autobiography.
Yeah.
So you won overall.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Why am I applauding me?
Thank you for joining me on this video extravaganza.
Thank you for being gracious in your defeat. Thank
you very much for watching. I think that you should comment below with your favourite mashup title for a YA or adult novel, because I was thinking about it. Song of Ice and Fire is actual fantasy. Comment below with that, or stick a pin in a dictionary and see what you come up with, because I think it would be good fun. You can also subscribe. It makes me feel loved and appreciated. Does it make you feel loved and appreciated? You have to do it.
Yes.
It makes me feel loved.
It makes me feel loved
and appreciated. Yeah.
This is what you do when you've got the life jacket on, isn't it?
Or when you're in a coffin.
Or when you're in a coffin.
Because I'm taking a review. Oh yeah!
They could click the bell to subscribe, like the bell that you ring if you've been buried alive.
And that's all from me, and I will see you in the next one. There you go.
It's misrepresentation.
What? How is it misrepresentation?
Because you're short.
I am short.
Yeah.
I'm still shorter than you. We could both stand up and show the camera our middles, and then the camera would know. So, do you want the people to know that you're very tall?
I think I'm short. Okay. Here.
The whole thing like this, and then at the end you just stand up.
Audio sting.
You can't cue things for editing me later.
Why?
Because I say no.
Yeah, but the scissors are being used to rip them apart and take the stuffing out.
But stuffed means like stuff's bad happened.
Yeah, but for them that's good.
Well, we'll let the editor decide on that one.
It's the sting, the audio.
I don't put audio at the end of my videos anymore. Do you not watch my videos?
I don't watch at the end because it's the spiel about liking and subscribing. I always stop on that.